Tiberius conquers Germania Inferior. Satakani begins his reign as Emperor of the Andhra Empire in India. A poorly built amphitheatre in Fidense collapses, killing 20,000 of the 50,000 spectators. Herod Antipas suffers major losses in a war with Aretas IV of Nabatea. Isle of Rhodes returns to the Roman Empire. The Ficus ruminalis tree begins to die. The First Jewish-Roman War continues with the siege in Jerusalem. The Black Forest region is reattached to the Roman Empire. The Aeoli pile, first steam engine, is described by Hero of Alexandria. A severe form of malaria appears in farm districts of Rome, continuing for 500 years. The compilation of the Kama Sutra begins in India. The Arch of Trajan erected in Benevento. Zhang Heng of Han Dynasty China invents a hydraulic-powered armillary sphere. Hadrian chases the Jews from Galilee. King Vologases IV begins rule of the Parthian Empire. Eupator, king of Bosphorus, pays tribute to Rome due to a threat posed by the Alani. Marcus Aurelius forces his daughter Lucilla into marriage with Claudius Pompeianus. Equestrian statue of Marcus Aurelius erected in Rome. Septimius Severus marries Syrian princess Julia Domna, descendant of the royal house of Emesa. Liu Bu assassinates the warlord Dongzhi, who controlled the central government of the Han dynasty. The Bantu reach East Africa. King Artabanus V signs a peace treaty with Rome after receiving 200 million sesterces for war damages. The Battle of Xiaoting Yiling between the Chinese states of Shu Han and the Eastern Wu. Pope Fabian, succeeding Anterus, separates Rome into 7 deaconships. Cyprian becomes the Bishop of Carthage. Sima Shi quells Guangqiu Jian and Wen Qin's rebellion. Earthquakes strike Cyrene and Ephesus. Hormizd of Persia dies after a brief reign and is succeeded by Bahram I. Emperor Probus tries to employ his troops in peaceful projects, such as draining the swamps in Pannonia. King Tiridates III of Armenia invades Assyria. The Congress of Carnuntum, where the Roman leaders of the Tetrarchy declare enemies and promote others. Galerius declares the Edict of Toleration on his deathbed, ending the persecution of Christians in the Eastern Roman Empire. Constantine's bridge, built over the Danube, is officially opened by the Roman architect Theophilus Patricius. Pope Mark begins to build the Basilica of San Marco, devoted to Saint Mark. A pillar found at Allahabad, dated to this year, sings praises of Samudragupta, ruler of the Gupta Empire. Emperor Constantius II defeats the usurper Magnentius at the Battle of Basilicas, making him the sole emperor and reunifying the Roman Empire. Supernova SN 386 explodes at about this day. Valens requests Gratian to send Roman troops against the Goths. Gratian moves the capital to Mediolanum, modern Milan. The boy Emperor Honorius of the Western Roman Empire closes gladiatorial schools and legally ends Minerva gladiator games. The Visigoths under King Alaric I advance through the Brenner Pass to invade Italy again. Theodoric I, king of the Visigoths, completes settlements in Gallia Aquitania and expands his military power to the south. Sophocles' play Oedipus Rex is performed. King Genseric concludes a peace treaty with the Romans, under which the Vandals retain Mauritania and part of Numidia as allies of Rome. Attila the Hun establishes his residence along the Tisza River, modern Hungary, and plans the coming campaign in the Balkans. St. Patrick leaves Britain around this time to evangelize Ireland as a missionary bishop. Daming calendar introduced in China by mathematician Zhu Zhongzi around this time. Theodoric the Great succeeds his father Theodomir as king of Ostrogoths, settling in Lower Moesia, Balkans. Gunthermund succeeds Huneric as king of the Vandals. Zhao Wendi of Northern Wei builds the Shaolin monastery Henan for the monk Batur. Anastasius I upgrades fortifications at Batne Edessa and Amida after a peace agreement with Sasanian Empire. Aryabhata, Indian mathematician, comes up with concepts of equations, one of which explains the rotation of the Earth on its axis. The town of Orton is captured by King Clothar I in an expedition against Burgundy. Battle of Camlan, the final battle of legendary King Arthur, occurs. Justinian I sends Byzantine army, 30,000 men, to Armenia to fight in the Lazic War. Ida is succeeded by his son Glappa as king of Bernicia, northeast England. Lombards invade Italy and establish federations of dukedoms under a king. Theodoric succeeds brother Etheric as king of Bernicia, southeast Scotland. Yol Iknal succeeds Khan Ba'alam I as queen of Maya city of Palenque, Mexico. Queen Fredegund defeats her old rival Brunhilda of Austrasia, who doesn't support her son's claims to the Frankish throne. Ethelfrith of Northumbria invades Dara and kills its king, Etheric. Shah Chosroes II invades Egypt. Pulakeshin II of Chalukya receives envoys sent by Khosrau at Badami, southern India. The first cathedral of Santa Maria Assunta is founded on Tokello. Dos Pilas breaks away from Tikal and becomes a vassal state of Kalukmu. The Quran is compiled by Caliph Uthman ibn Affan in its present form. Goguryeo falls to an attack by Tang China and unified Silla of Korea. Emperor Tenmu assumes the chrysanthemum throne of Japan. In Sirmia, Pannonia, the Avars are defeated by Kuba. Empress Wu Zetian regains control of the kingdom of Khotan in the Tarim Basin, northwest China. The Cook Islands started being settled around this time. The inhabitants of Cherson are incited by Philippicus to revolt with the help of the Khazars. Shomu ascends the Japanese throne after Empress Gensho's abdication. Robin, scholar Buddhist monk, invites Shinsho to give lectures on the Avatamsaka Sutra at Kinshoshinji, later Tadaiji. King Ratchus of the Lombards besieges Perugia, but is convinced to lift the siege by Pope Zachary. King Offa of Mercia becomes the dominant ruler in England. An Abbasid Caliphate army reconquers the city of Cairo in modern-day Tunisia. The Maitai language script first appears during the rule of King Kongtekcha of Manipur, who died this year after a 10-year reign. Kings Beorhtric of Wessex and Offa of Mercia called the Synod of Chelsea in Kent, which is attended by the papal legates. Bulgarian victory in the Battle of Marseille over the Byzantines marks an end to political instability. Caliph Harun al-Rashid dies at Tunis on an expedition to put down an uprising at Khorasan, modern Iran. Omitarg succeeds his father Krum as Khan of the Bulgarian army, who died of a stroke before a major attack on Constantinople. The city of Merida, modern Spain, rises twice in 1 year against the Umayyad Emirate. The Armenian noblewoman Theodora marries Emperor Theophilus in the Hagia Sophia at Constantinople. Prisoner exchange occurs between the Byzantine Empire and the Abbasid Caliphate in Cilicia, modern Turkey. According to the Shivajra inscription, Prambanan is completed. The last monument ever erected at Tikal, Stela 11, is dedicated to the ruler Jasor Chan Kowai II. Alfred the Great decisively defeats the main body of the Danish Vikings at the Battle of Edington. Emperor Kyokyo abdicates the throne and soon dies. Vladimir, ruler of the Bulgarian Empire, signs a military alliance with Arnulf of Carinthia of the East Frankish Kingdom. Igbo Ukwu founded around this time. Lady Ethelfled sends an army into Brai Chainyog, who seize and burn the royal fort of King Tuatha at Llangorth Lake, Wales. Khitan Empire pacifies all the barbarian tribes in the later Liang dynasty. Emir Mardavig ibn Ziyar is murdered by Turkish slaves. The Trinity Bridge at Crowland, Lincolnshire is described in the Charter of Eardred. King Eardred recovers York after Eric Bloodaxe is killed at Stainmore, reuniting Northumbria with all England. The 6-year-old Otto II is elected as heir apparent and co-ruler at the Imperial Diet in Worms. John I raids Mesopotamia and invades Syria, conquering the many cities but fails to take Jerusalem. Abul Qasim is cornered by the Imperial German forces led by Otto II at Cape Colonna, south of Crotone, in the Battle of Stylo. A Danish Viking fleet under Olaf Tryggvason sails up the Thames estuary and besieges London. The Château de Galagne vineyard was founded in France.